You know, it rained a lot earlier this week in New York City. A lot of rain. A lot of rain. And it turns out that the flood waters, the water from all the rain, cascaded into the subway stations. There were geysers of sewage eruptions in front of passengers all over the terminals in New York. Just looked disgusting and horrible. Now, it rains in New York. Rain is not unusual. And indeed, New York once in a while gets a hurricane and sea level rises and you can get flooding. And the subways are just not built to deal with it. A massive investment needs to be made in the New York subways in order to, you know, just kind of improve the infrastructure to be able to deal with rain. And with, you know, with rising sea levels in storms and things like that. And ultimately, if there is such a thing as rising sea levels that can affect New York, building dikes or other mechanisms by which to control the rise in sea level. That needs to all happen. So we need a massive infrastructure investment. Now, how do you do that? I mean, the city doesn't have the money to do it. And the fact is the subway system is owned by the state. And you know, we've got our socialist candidate for mayor in New York. We've got a socialist candidate for mayor in New York who is now basically wants to make the subway free. And by the way, to house the homeless in the subway so that they can get the sewage and they can get flooded, I guess. And I didn't know this because I don't use the subway anymore. I'm in New York. But the subway is really, really, really cheap. Basically, a ride costs $2.90, which is less than an average cup of coffee in New York. I mean, the solution to fixing the infrastructure in a subway is to make it a lot more expensive. It would also solve the crowding problem, solve a lot of problems. But now you'd actually run a profit. Right now, the MTA, the Transit Authority, is facing a $30 billion budget shortfall. They need a $30 billion surplus so they can handle infrastructure problems. So what if we raise the price to, I don't know, $6? And then use the profits, hopefully they can get a profit at $6, to actually start improving the infrastructure of the rail system. So, you know, I mean, ideally, they would just privatize the system, and then privatized system would figure out which lines are profitable, which are not, what the rate should be. There'd be variable rates based on different times of day, right? Rush hour would be higher rate than normal times. And then they'd take out, they'd issue bonds, they'd issue debt in order to make the significant investment in the infrastructure that they need to make. So, yeah. Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice?